You're in Braves country.
Afternoon, Braves country, as we get set for another 3-game series. We are one of 2 teams who have not lost a series yet in Major League Baseball, and the other team is the Cleveland Guardians. That happened yesterday when the Athletics took down the Yankees in the Bronx, so they won that series. New York Yankees were the last team, not counting the 2 facing off tonight, to have won every game. So you see the parity in Major League Baseball, and you see, like, this is going to be a long season. If you lose the season, it's not the end of the world. It's just what the goal is. We haven't swept anybody yet. But we also haven't lost a series. We split the 4-game series against Arizona. You can take that as a win, a loss, a push, however you want to look at it in your mind. But when it's all said and done, they didn't lose the series. And so we go into the series against the Cleveland Guardians after a pretty impressive series against the Angels, one that even showed us getting a suspension for Ronaldo Lopez. The update on that is he is now, the suspensions went from 7 games down to 5, which is what I predicted he would get, about 5 games. He appealed, and he's down to 5, and that's typical for a pitcher. If they don't think he really instigated, that is typical for a pitcher. So he is down to 5 games, and what does that mean? It means, just as I was talking about the other day, I forget who it was that didn't know the rules, but anyways, you're going to count Wednesday's game because he didn't play in it, and so it's Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The expectation is that he will pitch on Tuesday, so he's missing 1 day, not a whole turn. If it would have been a true 7-game, then you're talking about him pitching up until, probably wouldn't pitch until, if my math is right on this one, yeah, it would have taken us to the Philadelphia series on Friday the 17th. So we've got Cleveland coming in. After that, it's going to be Miami and Philadelphia, and then a 4-game series against Washington, and then Philadelphia again. And after that, we get out of our division. But you look at this Cleveland series, it's the last one for a 4 series consecutively that are going to have the Braves facing off division rivals. Twice against Philadelphia, once against Miami, and once against Washington. Of course, the Braves right now are tied with the Marlins at the top of the NL East. Phillies come into this weekend, game and a half back. So this will be a big series for the Braves, mainly because we're getting back home and you like to keep your winning ways. And the fact that you won the road series is big. And the expectation is that Didier Fuentes will take the ball in the absence of Ronaldo Lopez. That's the expectation right now. Hasn't been officially announced, and we probably won't get any of that officially announced until we get closer to the Monday start. But what we have this weekend, as I'll put it on the screen here real quick, you've got the Friday weekend series And so Friday night, we are going up against Cleveland, and all three of these pitchers have actually pitched pretty well, so I'm not going to dog any of them. But I will say this, the matchup going into tonight, he has a 5.23 ERA, and now he hasn't put a ton of traffic on the base paths. He's only got it at a 1.06 ERA, so he's not giving up a lot of hits, but they are extra base hits. And so when you see that and you realize that the next two starters are Messick and Bybee, Tanner Bybee is actually pretty damn good. He's highly rated. And Parker Messick, a left-hander who came up last year, played his college ball at Florida State, so I'm very familiar with him. He's a damn good southpaw. He really is. And he's a guy that he's not a household name at this point, but he is a guy that is going to grind out at bats. He's a competitor. That's the way he was in college. And he's kind of a bulldog in that way. Like it's hard to beat him each and every at bat, and the Braves will have their hands full on the weekend. That's why I think it's very important, extremely important for the Braves to win Friday night, as Slade Ciccone is going to be going up against Bryce Elder, who's pitched very well. Bryce Elder at this point yet to give up an earned run, and his whip is 0.85. Now, we don't expect that to last, but realize this, the Cleveland offense is not one of the most stellar offenses in all of Major League Baseball. They get their runs scored, and usually when they do it, it's a crooked number in an inning. In other words, they'll go out and they try to put pressure on you, but when it's at the end of the series, what you're going to look at, if you lose the series to the Cleveland Guardians, it's usually about 3, maybe 4 innings that they really got to you. They're not a team that puts up a ton of runs year in and year out, and this offense hasn't really made much of a change, but there's guys that you do have to pay attention to on this Cleveland roster. I mean, first of all, their bullpen is always really well respected, even with the losses of the 2 knuckleheads that got busted for throwing the games and getting involved in that game and the gambling scandal. The good news is we do dodge Gavin Williams, and he is kind of looked upon as their ace. But they have a really good pitching staff, top to bottom, very good starters, and honestly, we're dodging that. We're dodging the fact that Hunter Gaddis is on the IL, and outside of that, you got a deep bullpen. You even have guys that you'll see come in from the left side. In fact, we saw it the other night when I did the Kansas City game. Colby Allard is a very good southpaw that will come in and spell the 7th, 8th inning type, depending on the matchup. And Cade Smith has been electric as a closer in his very short career. Their name to their game is they're going to try to scratch runs out. They play very good defense. They have one of the better shortstops in all of baseball, but he's on the IL. He pulled his hamstring the other night, Gabriel Arias. So we kind of dodge a bullet there too. They're coming in kind of licking their wounds. Now, look, we're not feeling sorry for any team that's coming in walking wounded, considering all the injuries we have. And you got the suspension of Raylo. So we're a mass unit in itself. We're just finding ways to win. But when you look at some of the offensive threats that they have in this series, you're going to be looking at, now I would suspect that we're going to get quite a bit of dose of David Fry this weekend, because we do have 2 left-handers due up. We've got Martin Perez due on Saturday, and Chris Sale on Sunday. So David Fry, who is a platoon guy but hits left-handed very well, you're going to see him in the lineup most likely both of those days. Our old friend Rhys Hoskins from the Philadelphia Phillies, he is still banging around the league. He can still hit the ball. When you see him run the bases, honestly, it's painful to watch. He is a guy that just, you can tell, has absolutely, his knees are shot. Still a talented hitter. And, of course, Jose Ramirez, one of, if not the best third baseman in all of baseball. But Jose Ramirez, year in and year out, clocks around 30 home runs, has an OPS over 800, and is just a big-time player. One of my favorite non-Braves in all of Major League Baseball. The guy comes in at just 5'8", 190, but he can absolutely swing that bat. Other guys to keep an eye on offensively. And like I said, they've got some really good offensive players. They also have a lot of question marks throughout the lineup. But Chase DeLauter, Rookie of the Year nominee in my opinion. I wouldn't say he's necessarily an odds-on favorite, but he's definitely going to be top 5 at the end of the year, and it depends on how it all shakes out. But Chase DeLauter, you're going to be impressed by him. He's one of their outfielders. Steven Kwan, one of my favorite batters in all of Major League Baseball, because he does the little things. If you have followed our show for several years, if you have followed back to the sports talk days on CBS Radio, Braves Country, me doing the play-by-play, one of the biggest things that I'm a fan of in all of Major League Baseball is a guy that just gets on, puts bat to ball, gets on. I don't care about the big home run hitters. Yeah, it's nice to get the home run, but I like guys who are consistently on base, and Steven Kwan is a gnat. He is a little pesky bastard that gets on. He's got some pop. If he gets into one, it'll leave the building, but his main name in the game, Steven Kwan, over his career, has found a way to get on base. He's only 28 years old. It feels like he's been in the league much longer, but he's only 28 years old. He came on in 2022, and he is a guy that typically hits close to 300. This year he's off to a slower start, batting 245, but that won't last. So hopefully we get them the hell out of here before that changes. But when it's all said and done, you're going to have to keep these table setters off the base, because when it happens, when they get on the base, so usually Steven Kwan hits either lead off, or he's somewhere near the top of the order. His main job, unless there's runners on when the lineup flips over, his main job is to get on base, because he wants to be on base when guys like Jose Ramirez come to the plate. So that's what we're going to be keeping an eye on in this series. How does the Braves pitching minimize the damage in the top of the Cleveland order? You can throw some goose eggs on this offense, because when you get to the bottom half of that order, it gets a hell of a lot easier. But the top of their order is still a formidable bunch, and with a very solid bullpen, if they get a lead, it gets very difficult to come back. As far as the Braves are concerned, coming into this, look, there's a lot of things to be happy about. A lot of things to be happy about. First of all, before I get into that, real quick, on the matchups I thought I had this thing. It's Elder versus Ciccone. It's Martin Perez versus Messick. That one worries the hell out of me, because we saw that Perez can get gotten to. And it's probably a game that we're going to be trying to just fist fight our way to get to the 5th inning and then go to the bullpen. In a perfect world, Elder pitches lights out Friday night, and then the Braves don't have to use a ton of the back of their bullpen, and then come Saturday, they can be a little more aggressive, knowing that Sale's on the bump on Sunday night. As you can see, all 3 games, 7:15 and 7:20 respectively, Eastern time. And unless you have NBC Peacock, it will not be on your Braves Vision or anything else like that. We will have it, but just giving you a heads up. That's the matchups this weekend. So the way I look at it, the way if it works out in a perfect world, if you're trying to win all 3 games, we need a long outing by Elder to get to the back of the bullpen. Hopefully we get to Ciccone and bang him around, and then we have a pretty comfortable lead. We don't have to use the very back of the bullpen, right? Saturday, that's going to be more of a nip and tuck. And if they're losing by 2 or 3 runs going into the later innings because Perez has gotten walloped and Messick is doing Messick type things, they could end up punting that game, and then that's where you see more of a Jose Suarez sighting. You go to Sunday night. Now, let's say if it goes the other way, let's say Perez keeps us in the game, and we get to the back end of the Saturday night game, and we're using a ton of our weapons, and I'm talking about Iglesias, Robert Suarez, Dylan Lee, Kenley, the guys who are supposed to be our setup guys, right? That's when you could see Sale. Remember, he's going to be motivated to go out there his next time out. He looked terrible on Tuesday. Against an Angels team he normally dominates. I think he was still having effects of the flu, and he just didn't have it. He didn't have the touch, and he had a couple of really shaking innings, and he was gone. So he didn't throw a ton of pitches. I think he's going to be ready to make up for it, especially if he knows this is a nationally televised game. I'm just telling you, expect Sale to be Chris Sale. And if that happens, we ought to win Sunday night, even though Tanner Bybee is a hell of a pitcher himself. It ought to be a pitcher's duel. But I do think the Braves can scratch out enough runs to get that win. I think that they've got the advantage on Friday night as well. Saturday's the true toss-up. Messick, though he is a rookie, this is his second season, but he didn't pitch a whole lot in his first year, so he's still technically a rookie. Messick is a guy that pitches well. He's normally very reliable, but you never know what a rookie's going to do. So if we can get to him, maybe we can bail out Perez. Perez, to me, what I like about Martin Perez, typically inning after inning, outing after outing, you get a pretty good appearance from Martin Perez. But he does have that tendency, and it's because he doesn't have that put-away kind of stuff. He does have that tendency to struggle in one inning, and it's can he get out of it? Last outing, he didn't. First outing, he did. He's a guy that tries to induce ground balls. Sometimes those ground balls find holes. If he's not a guy that's going to go out and strike out a lot, and he doesn't, then he's really relying on the defense. But he's also relying that ball is going to bounce right where he wants it to bounce and not through one of the holes in the defense. So that's where it gets a little sticky. The Braves are not going to go chasing wins down. They want to win the series, but what I'm saying is, let's say you get in a situation on Saturday where you're trailing by 3 or 4 runs late in the game. Don't be surprised that all of a sudden that turns into Payamps and Suarez show, because you've got, starting on Monday, the Marlins coming to town, who you're tied currently with in the NL East, and though you don't expect them to give you all kinds of hell, you don't expect them to be there in September, you never know. A team catches fire, and sometimes they can ride that wave. So you got to take that very serious. It's a 3-game series against a Miami team that has very good pitching. I know a lot of folks probably don't follow the Marlins and follow who they have coming out of the farm system, but they have electric pitching, and because of that, you have to take every single one of their game series, and I'm right now it's a little far in the future, but I'm looking at what is possibly the matchups, and the matchups right now are advantage Marlins in that 3-game series because they have Yuri Perez. If you haven't watched this kid pitch, he is dynamite, and Max Meyer, who's been he's a very damn good southpaw himself. So what I'm saying is, this Cleveland series is important, but they're not going to cripple themselves, because after that, we do get a day off on Thursday, which is nice. That we're not going back to back to doing this deal where they're going to save their better bullets in games that they can actually win. Doubleheader today. We've got a doubleheader on Wednesday involving the Guardians and the Cardinals, which to me that'll be a lot of fun because we have not seen the Cardinals. And these are all obviously with Braves baseball on the other end. And next Friday, we have another Cubs. I think that's Cubs-Mets. And then that following Monday is Patriots Day with the Red Sox are home against the Tigers. That's an 11 a.m. game on a Monday, the 20th. And we have a Double Dip Friday Apple Doublecast on the 24th. So 2 Fridays from now. It's going to be Braves-Phillies on the front end, and Cubs are at the Dodgers on the back end. That's America, baby. All right, we'll see you today and tonight. Y'all have a great one, Braves country.
You're in Braves country.
Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik, and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
Armchair.
with liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won Baseball World Championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. There come Paris's they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past. sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. Little bees that did dip themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. And it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop. All throughout Braves country, pop that top! Your Atlanta Braves have won it all!
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys, and the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
If you build it, he will come.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer. Down it! I love them. Good seats, huh? You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on. Oh, I must be in the front row. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Good seats, eh, buddy? He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
adventures in time and space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stands full of people all roaring. In baseball, never known an instance where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets.
Line drive and a base hit. Justice has scored the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is saved.
We're 1 out away, Braves country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you've got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the job through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the World Series. And the place is going bananas.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. We're just about set 3D. As soon as it's ready, we'll be ready. And the wind up the pitch. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in Braves country as Bryce Elder fires the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. There we go. Righty-lefty matchup. Stephen Kwan smacks it on the ground, rolls it over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 put out. One away. Braves are in their City Connects light blue jerseys, light blue ball caps, dark blue brim, white pants. It's striped with a navy blue and red. And left to right in the outfield for your Atlanta Braves is the first pitch on the way. Outside of Chase Day Lauder, it's 0-1. It'll be the Yaz, the Hawk, Ronald Acuna Jr. in right field. The 0-1 pitch right there at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2. Austin Riley at third, Dubon at short, Ozzie at second, Olsen at first, and the Drake is behind the plate, and of course Elder is on the bump. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. Once again, the Braves jerseys are light blue. We're getting an ABS challenge here. Guardians challenge the strike called, and he will lose that challenge. So right out of the gate, we've got a challenge lost by the Guardians. The 0-2 pitch, swing, fouls it down the line, out of play, and we'll do it again. Guardians are wearing their road grays top to bottom, Cleveland across the chest in navy blue, outlined in red. Navy ball caps, the red C representing the city of Cleveland. The 1-2 pitch, high and out of the zone. It's now 2-2. Braves will be wearing these City Connects all weekend long to promote the release of the jersey. They do have them on sale at the stadium. I don't believe if you order them online, you get them before June, or at least that was the rumor. The 2-2, check swing down the line. They check down the line, and third base umpire down there, Brendan Miller, says no dice. Full count. So a full count, payoff pitch, swing lifted into center field. And that's going to be a F8 in your scorecard. Harris there to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down to get us started here. Braves homestand that'll last until Wednesday. We'll have all the games here, of course. All of them starting night games, all of them 7:15, except for Sunday, which is 7:20. First pitch on the way is right there. Slider at the knees to Jose Ramirez. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, the switch-hitting, power-hitting Ramirez with 1 home run on the year. The 0-1 down and in. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Drains it, swing. Bangs that down the first base side, but foul. Well past and towards the tarps. Your home plate umpire tonight is Dexter Kelly. We've not seen a ton of him. The 1-2. Did he go around? Check swing. They check down the third base line. And Brennan Miller once again says he did not. First base will be manned by Chris Conroy. Second by John Tupain, and down the third base line, as you well know by now, it's Brennan Miller. The 2-2 pitch is fouled down the line once again. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. The Braves ball caps are light blue with the dark blue build and the lowercase a outlined in red. Very reminiscent of the 1970s Braves. I call them the Hank Aaron days. The pitch is down and away, and it's now a full count. The light blue is very close to what we saw in the 1980s. The payoff pitch up top. Did he go around? He did not. And Drake Baldwin wants to challenge us. I don't know if he's going to get this or not. If he does, it's the very bottom of the ball. Here's the replay. Yeah, he missed it by a mile. So 2 bad challenges by Drake Baldwin and Chase Day Lauder to start the game. So both teams are down to just 1 apiece. They keep showing the replay on the Braves vision. I think they think it was in the zone, but it was not. First pitch on the way. Cutter inside to Rhys Hoskins. He bangs it down the line. Manzardo. I didn't think that was Hoskins. It's 0-1. Reading my cardboard. The 0-1. Rhys is a right-hander. Manzardo, left-handed batter. He also has a porn stash. I don't think I've ever noticed that on Manzardo. I don't know if that's new or not. Flips it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. The 0-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing, blast. That ball's gone. If it's fair, it looked like it's going to bend foul. Bending. Just foul. That ball was tomahawked into the upper deck. Elder's got to be careful there. The 0-2, and Elder flips it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. Looks like we're getting the whole nonsense again with the player standing in the middle of the deal. So we'll just expand out. I'm not going to drive myself crazy with that. We had that issue all day today. It's an MLB issue. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. We go to the bottom of the first here in Atlanta.
Braves, wait a minute. Do you think you can get me a tape of the show?
What on earth for?
Well, how often do you get to hear your son on the radio?
I'm on the radio every day!
Cause he's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks.
It could be like a government conspiracy, but it also could be something like, Bigfoot. What's your number one?
We never went to the moon. I don't believe it. I think it's a hoax.
All right.
They filmed it in a studio. Why didn't we ever go back?
All right, the crazies is coming out in us today. I'll see that and I'll raise you Area 51. I think there's I think there's little Martians and everything running around out there, and I think we're hiding something. We're hiding something out there. There's too many accounts of too many things that go wrong. And don't keep on telling me that it was a balloon that went by. The balloons aren't that big, okay? They don't go by that often. It's a little strange we haven't seen one in the last 30 years since technology's gotten better. There's been too many times where they've interviewed guys who were out there and they say, when they ask them, can you say what you've seen? And he goes, no, I'm sworn to secrecy. Well, why are you sworn to secrecy if nothing happened out there? Something went down.
Armchair.
I would put a committee together, get some coaches, get some players, and let's try to work this thing out. We can't ask these politicians nothing. Those people are awful people. They're all crooks.
On February 2nd, 1876, at Manhattan's Grand Central Hotel, a group of club owners, eager to tighten their control of the game, restore its respectability, and most of all to ensure greater profits, started a new association. They called it the National League of Professional Baseball Clubs.
Welcome back. Slade Ciccone fires the first pitch into Ronald Acuna Jr., and he politely pops it back foul. Luckily, that'll bend out of play. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Nothing your score. The 0-1. Right there for a strike. Right down the pipe. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. Bottom of the first inning. Nothing doing for Cleveland in the first inning except for a 2-out walk is the outside wide. 1-2. In case you're playing the ponies or fantasy, it was Jose Ramirez that drew the walk. 1-2 count. Drake Baldwin does stand on deck. The pitch on the way. Swing. Lifts it into right field. Drifting back on the track at the wall. Making the catch in front of the Coca-Cola sign out there. Right at the wall for a loud out number 1 is Chase Taylor. Gave it a ride, but warning track power. And there's one away. One up, one down, and Drake Baldwin, the batter. First pitch to Baldwin is high and out of the zone. Cutter misses. It's 1-0. 1-0. Infield playing back into the right. As soon as that guy leaves the home plate area, we'll fix your scene. But the 1-0 pitch, swing, lifts it foul and out of play. 1-1. One count. Ciccone, the right-hander, lifts his red glove, turns and fires. Swing, fouls it away. Just out of play over the tarps. Makes it to about the first or second row there over the tarps, and we'll do it again. Beautiful night for baseball, 77 degrees. The wind's blowing about 2 miles an hour left to right across, right to left across the outfield, so not much of a wind at all. The 1-2 swing rattles it foul off his foot, and we'll do it again. For the fans, I feel for them because when it's warm in that stadium and there's not a wind going, you feel like a freaking locker room. The 1-2. Brings it. Swing. Just got a piece of it. No, he did not. Strike 3. Thought he got a piece of it and came in and out of the glove, but I guess he whiffed altogether, and Drake's down on strikes. Left to right across the outfield for Cleveland. It's Martinez, Quan, and DeLauder. Around the horn, left to right, Jose Ramirez. Rocchio's playing short with Arias on the IL. Brito at second and Manzardo at first. Naylor behind the plate. And of course, Ciccone on the bump. First pitch to Olsen, righty-lefty, is down and away. It's 1-0. Infield back into the right, the 1-0. Swing, chopper. Up the middle, that's going to be an easy 6-3, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down without a whimper. We go to the top of the second, 0-0 in Atlanta.
Someone calls you fat, just ignore them. You're bigger than that.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Your favorite shot?
Favorite shot? I don't know. I had it last night. Lots of them. I think it's called the Picklehead, where it's a shot of Jameson with a little bit of pickle juice chaser, and it's the most wonderful and terrible thing I've ever had in my drinking life. Because once you take the shot, and then you take the pickle juice, there's no burn. There's absolutely no burn, right? And then you're like, well, shoot, yeah, it's just Kool-Aid at that point. It can lead to very bad things. Trust me.
Armchair.
It is ridiculous to pay ball players $2,000 a year, especially when the $800 boys often do just as well.
William A. Hulbert, a ruthless coal magnate who owned the Chicago White Stockings, became the National League's president. He immediately took steps to revive the reputation of the professional game. Players were forbidden to drink on the field or off. No beer was to be served on the grounds, and no games were to be played on Sunday. Power was to be invested in the owners, not the players.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. Bryce Elder goes back to work here on a Friday night in Atlanta. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss to Rhys Hoskins. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and fires, misses, 1-1. So 1-1 count. Brings it. Just right there at the knees, it's 1-2. The 1-2. Turns and burns. High and inside. Did he go around? They check down the line. He did. Strike 3. No, they're going to say that was a ball? No, it's a strike. The knuckleheads on Braves Vision don't know the game. One down. We got to learn to quit putting it on them and put it on the out of town. First pitch on the way to Brito is swung on and chopped into the crowd. First base side, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Upstairs for a strike, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch misses inside, 1-2. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. The pitch on the way. Swing, chopper, back towards the middle. Ozzie off balance, fires the ball over to first, and he's going to get Brito by about a step. Good play, Ozzie Albies off balance. He was heading to left field. Wow, what a play.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. That's right, you missed it. The 1-0. Kicks and fires, swing. Pops it up into left field. And underneath it, making the catch for a loud out number 3, and that'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Radio Network. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing.
So apparently, it's rude to tap someone on the forehead and say skip intro when they start talking to you.
Y'all American man.
My typical favorite shot, honestly, is just old Jack D. Well, Ice Cold Jack D. But if I'm going to pick like more of like a shooter type of thing, it is the most dangerous one, and I no longer drink it. But man, a good Jaeger bomb.
I was about to say, but it's probably got some Jägermeister.
But I'm going to tell you right now, do a Jaeger bomb nowadays, I'm probably going to end up in divorce court. So, 'cause I black out and not only just time travel, I travel. I wake up in other cities. So,
If I remember correctly, you used to like slap your face like Curly, and then you would just do this shuffle step, and then it was on after that.
Yes.
We went into plan M for McGee.
Yes.
All right, execute plan M. Tom, Todd, you get the flanks. If anybody's taller than McGee, get him out now.
Oh, yes.
At least that's how I remember it.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember it. That's kind of the point.
Checkmate.
Armchair.
To further solidify their control, the owners added a reserve clause to the contracts of the 5 best men on every team. It required that each play only for his current employer and reserved his services for the following year. At first, few complained. To be reserved was to be sure of a job for the coming season. Those who did complain that the reserve clause smacked of slavery, fired, then blacklisted. For the first time in the history of the game, players would serve the interests of the owners. For the next 100 years, the professional game would be dominated by those who owned the field and supplied the ball.
Welcome back. Austin Riley, the batter. First pitch on the way upstairs. Misses high. Cutter. It's 1-0. 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Ciccone, his 13th pitch of the night. Brings it. Down and away. And it's 2-0. 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball. Blew it right by him. Austin Riley at the Mendoza line, batting 200. The 2-1. Right there, grabs the outer edge to him, too. The 2-2. Standing on deck is the Gaz. Ozzie in the hole. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. Bottom of the second inning. The pitch, swing, and line drive, but right at the second baseman.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Do the abbreviated one tonight. Hit up all the country club members. Richard Talley, John, Chop Chop. Good to see you. Royal Pita, Uncle Charlie, Tree Nug. The first pitch is down into the Gaz. It's 1-0. Jedi, good to see you. I think I got Richard Talley just in case I didn't. Gary the Real McCoy. Coco Rex is the 1-0. Down and in, ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Assuming Deb's in here. I haven't seen her name pop up yet, but I would assume she's in here. Pushing buttons. Good to see you. The 2-0 swing. Chops it over to first, and that's going to be a G3 in your scorecard. 2 down. I think that's all the country club members that I've seen so far. If we got anybody else in the country club, jump into the chat and say hi. Good to see everybody else. As Ozzy Albies comes to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing. Fouls it straight back into the glove, in and out. It's 0-1. Philly leads Arizona 4-0 in the fourth. So the good times are not rolling for the Diamondbacks. I was hoping that they'd do some damage there. They beat the Phillies in their series. The 0-1. Down and away. Bangs off the plate. To the backstop, it's 1-1. 1-1 count. And the pitch is, they're going to call is that a time violation? Looks like it's an automatic ball. So an automatic ball called on there, so it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away. Brought him in with the 95 four-seamer. The 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Rolls it over towards second. Ozzy's hustling all the way, but that'll be an easy 4-3, and that'll end the inning. Braves go quietly once again. We go to the top of the third. 0-0 in Atlanta.
Do you ever just look at someone and think, you're the Monday of people?
So take us to 1955. Where were you when they won it all?
I was in the last period of the day in math class with Mr. Rabin. And it surprised me when I moved south that we weren't doing this. But of course, coming from the New York area, there was always at least one team in the World Series. So each fall, they played the World Series on the radio over the PA system. Remember, this is the 1950s.
So they played it during the entire broadcast?
Yes. And
okay.
Teachers had the right, to turn it on and off, maybe teach a little math and then go. But I distinctly remember being in there and, grabbing the side of the desk and just praying, and all of us feeling that way. And then when we won, of course, and I guess it must have been during math class, my best memory, that the game was won by the Dodgers. And we just burst out. And I still remember Mr. Rabin looking at us and say, okay, no homework tonight for you Dodger fans, but don't you ever mention this again. He loved the Yankees.
They were playing the Yankees.
Yes.
Johnny Podres will go down in infamy.
I remember hearing a report one night that, of course, the celebration broke out all over the streets of Brooklyn, and there was a pregnant woman who delivered a baby in the middle of all this, and he was named Johnny Podres, whatever. So there may be somebody still wandering around the streets of New York with that name. Armchair.
Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Braves Country Radio, pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Upstairs. Just misses high for a ball. Righty-lefty matchup as Elder goes up against Martinez. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Cutter will miss high. Ball 2-2-0. Rocchio is on deck. And then it's back to the top of the order with Stephen Kwan. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. The 2-0. Upstairs, 2-1, sinkered. Martinez off to a good start, batting .310 on the year. The 2-1, fouls it straight back. Game 1 of a 3-game set, all 3 games in the 7 o'clock hour. As we are the Peacock Sunday night game, the 2-2 pops it up. High in the sky, who wants it? Riley calling everybody off, and the can of corn will be caught very close to home plate. F5 in your scorecard, 1 away. One down, and that'll bring Rocchio to the plate. Rocchio, first pitch swinging, lifts it high into right field, and Acuna's under it. That'll be F9 your scorecard. He's got purple gloves and shoes and all kinds of purple junk on. The New City Connects. I guess technically the striping around the sleeves and the collar are almost a purplish type color, so he went with that color, that blended. It's a mix on it, on his glove and whatnot, as the pitch on the way is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Just wish he would use that much detail in looking over tape, studying pitchers, because he is off to an awful start. The 1-0, outside wide, 2-0. 2-0 count. Dixon fires. High and out of the zone. The 3-0 right there. 3-1. Three-one pitch is, that'll hit four-seamer top of the zone, and now we got a full count. So a full count to Stephen Kwan. On deck is Day Lauder. The pitch on the way. Swing slaps it through the hole just under the glove of Dubon, and it'll be a single, a seeing eye single for the Cleveland Guardians. So 1 on, 2 outs, and Chase Day Lauder coming to the plate. It's 0-0 in Gotham. The A's are threatening against the Mets. We'll keep you updated there. 4-0, Philly still leads the Diamondbacks. First pitch swinging. Chops it foul down the line. So in 1, your out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. Tigers lead the Marlins 1-0 in the 5th. Angels on top of the Reds 4-0 in the 4th. Twins are in Canada beating up on the Blue Jays 3-0 in the 3rd. The 0-1 in the dirt. Good block by the Drake. Quan will stay put at first. 1-1. Yankees and Rays, they are in the Trop down in Tampa, and it's 2-2, bottom of 2. Rays threatening. The Giants came out to the East Coast. They're in Baltimore, Maryland tonight. They're heading to the 3rd scoreless. Nationals 1-0 over the Brewers in the top of the 1st. And they're in Kansas City, Missouri, as Elder flips it over to first to keep Quan close by. Royals lead the White Sox 0-0 there. Later on tonight in St. Louis, the Red Sox and Cardinals. In San Diego, you got the Rockies and the Padres. The 1-1 in the dirt, 2-1. Blocked by Drake. Quan stays put. 9:40, it's Seattle and Houston. Astros and Mariners in a divisional showdown. The Rangers are in Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers, and earlier today, right here on Braves Country Radio, the Pirates blanked the Cubs 2-0. The 2-1 pitch is down and in, ball 3-1. 3-1 count. I got to looking at that later. So that game started at 2:20. It finished around 5 o'clock. For a game that had hardly any offense, and it felt like it was moving quickly, it sure did take a while. The 3-1 pitch, swing, pops it up into left field, and the Yaz is underneath it. He'll make the catch, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. 0-0 in Atlanta.
So I used to date this guy. And he... Oh, I don't think I'm ready to talk about that yet.
How to act when you see an attractive person. Quickly look away. Now slowly look back. Slight smile. Look down. Slowly look up at them. Start to wave high, but then change your mind. Now laugh to yourself. Now dead serious. Now blow them a kiss. Blow them another kiss. Now blow them a French kiss. Flare your nostrils. Now flick your tongue like a lizard. Now squint your eyes and mouth the words, "Call me."
I love when people are like, "What are you doing after work?" And I'm like, "What am I doing after work? I have to make supper. I have to go to bed at 7:30. What do you mean? What am I doing after work? Are we meant to be doing things after?"
After a spectacular early season in 1877, the Louisville Grays of the new National League mysteriously lost 7 games in a row. Players bobbled the ball, seemed to slow between bases, swung suspiciously wide. The Grays lost the pennant. Afterwards, some were seen wearing fancy clothes and diamond stick pins. An investigation revealed that gamblers had bought off 4 players, including one of the National League's greatest pitchers, the popular Jim Devlin. When confronted with the evidence, Devlin confessed.
Was introduced to a man named McLeod, who said when I wanted to make a little money to let him know was to use the word sash in telegraphing, and he would know what was meant. We made a contract to throw a game in Indianapolis, received $100 from McLeod for it, and gave it to my wife.
Welcome back to Braves Country Radio. Hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday night as the first pitch is right down the pipe on the inner cut to Dominic Smith. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 kicks and fires. That pitch will drift down and in, and it's 1-1. 1-1 count. 0-0 your score, bottom of the third. The 1-1 swing fouls it away. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Smith drops out of the box. Steps in. The pitch on the outside clip, and here comes the swing, and they is going to nail it into right field. That's down for a base hit, and your Atlanta Braves got something cooking here. Good piece of hitting there by Dominic Smith to get us rolling in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Michael Harris the second. That ball's going to get dropped down into left center field, and your Atlanta Braves back-to-back hits. And here we go to start off the inning. Money Mike coming through. We go station to station on that one. Dominic Smith.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Mauricio Dubon stands in. We'll go ahead and pull the screen back so you can get a better look at what's going on. Kicks and fires and drops a bunt. Bangs it foul down towards the first base dugout. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Pitch down and away. Bounces about a 55-foot bender. Good job, by the way, by the catcher, Bo Naylor, to keep that from getting away. The 1-1 pitch. Cutter misses high. Ball 2, 2-1. 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Very shallow right field. And coming in, making the catch is Chase Day Lauder. 2 down. 2 down with runners on first and second, or 1 down, excuse me. 1 down with runners on first and second. Ronald Acuna Jr. coming to the plate. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. As Ciccone about to throw his 33rd pitch of the day, so he's very good on that part. First pitch swinging by Acuna. And he bangs it into his instep. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Yeah, Acuna, he couldn't have more pink on his. He was excited that pink was a color on this uniform. I see it now, and it's a very bright pink. For the longest time, I thought it was red as the pitch is down and away. It's 1-1. It's weird. It looks like red from afar. When you get up on it, it looks almost like a neon pink. The 1-1. Pitch bounces inside. Ball's going to get away, and both guys are going to run up 90 feet. And we've got runners at second and third with only 1 out.
I feel the need for speed.
That was just an old-fashioned pass ball. Bo Naylor went to close his glove, and he just closed it a hair too soon. Sure, he's done that a million times, and that time he just bounces towards the third base dugout. The 2-1 count to Acuna is swung on, and that ball's going to get laced into center field. They had the infield in, so Dominic Smith will come home to score. Michael Harris, the second, had to rush back to second because he didn't know if he was going to get doubled off. The ball just went past the outstretched glove of Rocchio. It goes into center field, so we've got runners on the corners. Still just 1 out, and your Atlanta Braves lead it 1-0.
Bravo.
Good base running across the board there, because smart for Harris to go back to second, because it was not a hard hit ball. He just got over the glove of Rocchio. Now we got runners in the corners, 1 out. They are in double play depth, and Drake Baldwin at the plate. The Drake batting .315 on the year. Acuna will get the RBI, and of course, Dominic Smith, the Dominator, gets a run scored. The 1-0's right there at the knees. It's 1-1. Slade Ciccone, 38 pitches in, still okay on that numbers. The Braves had a really early exit in inning 1. The 1-1 pitch swing chops it, and this will be another early exit. It's going to be a 6-3 double play as the Drake hit it right into the teeth of the defense. Hitting it where they ain't. No, that's hitting them where they are. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves lead 1-0. RBI single by Acuna.
I don't know who put me on the list to work for a living, but it's rude.
I called you like 5 times and you ain't answered the phone because my been on Do Not Disturb all day. Well, people can't get in contact with you if you always got your on Do Not Disturb. I know, ain't it just wonderful? That's the point.
Here are some facts about Ireland that you may not know. Fact number 1. There are more Irish people abroad than there are in Ireland. There's over 80 million people worldwide that claim Irish heritage, and there's only about 6 million of us at home. The President of Ireland actually has very little power. The Taoiseach holds all the power as head of government. Ireland's patron saint, St. Patrick, the great man, was actually born in Wales, not Ireland. But like everyone else, he claims to be Irish. The submarine was actually invented in Ireland. The holiday Halloween, which is very heavily celebrated all over the world, actually originates in Ireland, derived from a Celtic celebration called Samhain. So you're welcome. And finally, for all the Americans out there, that White House where your president sits in, yeah, that was designed by an Irishman too.
Let me sum it up. Twitter's stupid, and Instagram is Twitter for people who can't read.
The magnitude of the conspiracy stunned the baseball world. The Louisville Grays suspended the accused players, who claimed they had only done it because their owners had failed to pay them their wages. Devlin was brought before National League President William Hulbert.
Devlin was in tears. Hulbert was in tears. I saw Hulbert take a $50 bill and press it into the palm of the prostrate player. And then I heard him say, "That's what I think of you personally. Damn you, Devlin. You are dishonest. You have sold a game, and I can't trust you. Now go and let me never see your face again, for your act will not be condoned so long as I live. Albert Goodwill Spaulding."
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. High and out of the zone. Bryce Elder bringing it. It's 1-0. Braves lead it 1-0. Top of the fourth, the 1-0. Swing, pops it up. Joe Ram sends it out to center field, drifting in. Making the running catch is Michael Harris II. 75% of this world is covered by water. The rest by Michael, the Hawk Harris. One away. Top of the fourth. Manzardo, who almost clocked one out of the park his first time up, stands in. First pitch swinging, blasted. High and deep. And this time the foul pole's not saving us. It's that ball is gone. And just like that, it's 1-1. Holy Toledo, did he crank that one. How far did it fly? 454 feet. Elder's not fooling him at all. I'd say next time it's going to be easier to hit him. So 1-1 your score after all that. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Elder trying to settle back down. The pitch on the way, down and away. It's his first earned run of the year, so that's not nothing. Bryce Elder is off to a very good start. But some guys see some guys just really well out of the break, and evidently he sees Elder very well. The 1-1 swing, lifts it high, deep into right field. And loud out number 2, F9 your scorecard. Elder's ERA is still a minuscule 0.54. His third start of the year, 3+ innings in. He's just given up his first earned run, but man, not only did he clack that one the first time up, I mean, he missed, that was every bit of 400 feet plus that just missed the foul pole his first time up. 1-0 count as the pitch misses to Brito. Pitch on the way, swing, pops it up high into center field, and very shallow center field. In fact, Dubon, the shortstop, will make the catch. So just like that, we get out of the jam, but it's 1-1. We'll go and see if we can answer them back when we return.
Maybe I'm the problem. Nah, that doesn't even sound right. Stay woke in these streets.
Major League Baseball pitcher Brady Singer's mom reading the letter he sent her just before Christmas.
I love you, Mom and Dad. Dear Mom and Dad, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done to help me reach my dreams. From Woodley Field to Kaufman's. There's absolutely no way I could have done all this by myself. Both of you constantly took off of work and spent every dime you made just to put a smile on my face. My smile and appreciation for both of you has never stopped, and it never will. I will always remember traveling around Florida for baseball, trying to cheaply eat and save money, but I never could because you both always wanted me to have the best stuff to help me pursue my dreams. The money you both spent on traveling, your gear, hotel, food, and all of those Gatorades I drank is much more than I could ever give you, but there was something I want to give to you. I am paying off the loan from the bank. Also, I paid off all your debt as well. What? Now, instead of trying to save money every weekend to replace the savings account you drained on traveling to play baseball, you can spend it on yourselves. Because you deserve the very best, I want you both to know how much I appreciate you and how none of this would be possible without you. Your giving hearts helped to shape my tiny dream into a reality. I love you both more than you could ever imagine and will never forget what you both have done. Now let's go celebrate. Merry Christmas. Love always, Brady.
Despite their pleas for forgiveness, Hulbert banned all 4 players from baseball forever. For 5 years, Jim Devlin haunted the corridors outside meetings of the National League club owners, hoping somehow to be reinstated. Desperate, he wrote to Harry Wright, still the most respected man in the game. Harry Wright did nothing.
Welcome back. Matt Olson leads us off the Ice House. 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch misses well inside. It's 1-0. We're going to try the batter's eye. Here's the 1-0 swing. That ball's blasted down the right field line, fouling out of play. It's 1-1. Almost the exact same. I'd say Manzardo's was a little longer. It's almost the exact replica of the first at bat by Manzardo. Maybe this will lead into a home run for Olson somewhere tonight. The 1-1. Curveball. They say hits the side of the zone. Looks like it just missed, but Olson's not going to challenge, especially after the Braves losing their first challenge. It was just a touch outside, but way too close to challenge when you've already lost one. 1-2 count. Kicks and grips. Down and in. 2-2. Am I misremembering it? Didn't Cleveland lose a challenge as well, an ABS challenge? Because I have it down, marked down. I've been doing it manually ever since it started this year, but they're not showing it on their electronic. Their electronic board could just be wrong. The 2-2 swing, swats it up the middle, but that's going to be right at the shortstop, Rocchio. He'll flip it to first, 6-3. 1 away. Could have swore that they used a challenge early on and did not get it. If anybody's listening. Y'all may just be in your own world. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, that's what I thought, John. I'm wondering if there's a way for me to follow it, to go back and look. They used to. I don't know. I'll have to look during the break. The 0-1 kicks and fires down and away, and it's 1-1. 1-1 count. Nah, it doesn't look like it. They do a play-by-play on this one that I follow to go back and check things, but they don't have ABS. All they have is if the guy struck out or flew out or whatever. 2-1 to Riley, 1 down. Brings it. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. I guess we'll know. That's what I thought, Mark. But they're both showing, the two boards are both showing that they have 2 challenges left. I'm just assuming it's an error for some reason. The 2-2. Upstairs misses. Full count. Because if I'm remembering it correctly, they missed their challenge in the top of the first, and we pulled the stunt right after. So I want to say Drake did it as a hitter. I assume as a catcher. Is the 3-2 right there, and just off the plate, wide ball 4. And so Riley, great at bat there, and thank God he got the right call. He'll head on down to first. Maybe get this inning going in the right direction. 1 on, 1 out. And the Yaz coming to the plate. Righty lefty, first pitch is a cutter right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Ciccone turns and clicks, and upstairs calls that a strike. It's 0-2. He's really painting the corners up and down. Oh, is Yaz challenging this? No, it looks like he's just taking a timeout. First, I thought he was challenging. I'm like, man, that's too close to be challenging that when you've only got one left. Let it go, buddy. Let it go. Standing on deck is Ozzie. The 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased a curveball in the dirt, and there's 2 down. Yaz has really been struggling these last few starts. I think they need to bring him a little further down in the order. I think Dominic Smith has earned the right to hit above him when they're both in the order. Why not put Yaz down there at the 8 spot? I know they like having the athletic ability, but when you're struggling, take a little pressure off him. First pitch to Ozzie Albies. Curveball misses out and away. It's 1-0. Ozzie grounded out his first time out. He was hustling down the line. You got to tip your cap there. I guess the more and more that I look at these City Connects, that they really are growing on me, but I think the same thing happened with the other City Connects. At first I was like, and then I was like, you know what, I like them. The 1-0, inside, 2-0. I don't know if I love the idea of all the pink. It's weird because it reminds me of Mother's Day, and like it just seems like that should be what it should be saved for. Maybe it's just showing up pink on the screen. It's not really pink, but it's what it looks like, the 2-0. Outside wide, 3-0. When they unveiled it, you didn't notice the pink. It looked more like a red, but it looks pink on the screen, and it's on both the Braves and the Cleveland broadcast. The 3-0 swing, bangs the four-seam fastball down the line, 3-1. Dominic Smith stands on deck. Ozzie trying to work his way aboard. Runner at first, 2 outs. Austin Riley, good base runner. Not known for elite speed, but he can cut those bags. The 58th pitch of the night from Ciccone. Swing! Fouls it away, 92. And we'll do it again. It is now 5-4 Arizona. But how about that? They've jumped all over the Phillies in the 5th inning. That happened in the last half inning because the last time I looked up it was 4-0. The payoff pitch. Runner goes. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase one down well inside the zone, and that'll end the inning. Braves 1, Cleveland 1. We go to the 5th here on the BCR Radio Network.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen. You hear it? Seize the day, boys.
Hello.
Toga! The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka.
Toga!
Because I drank the vodka.
Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, I object anyway. Toga!
October 11th. October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th.
Toga!
I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it. It's yours.
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here. Tonight, this is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them.
You guys tired?
Go get all the sleep I need and I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here.
Tonga!
Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won it by dying. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
Tonga!
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga! 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 Toga!
Okay? All right. Let's go.
Welcome back. 1-1 your score. Bo Naylor, the batter, takes a slider outside wide for a strike. It's 1-1. Bryce Elder at 55 pitches on the night. The 1-1. And that changeup misses outside wide, 2-1. The 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. It's going to be a grounder over to short. Mauricio Dubon's on it. A 6-3 putout. One away. Haven't heard much of an update on Hassan Kim, but while I'm thinking about it, tomorrow Spencer Strider's supposed to throw to live batters, and after that they'll start mapping out his return. They're still expecting early May is what they're still projecting. First pitch is a banger at the knees. It's 0-1. Angel Martinez 0-for-1 for the pop out. The 0-1 swing, slices it towards left field, and that ball's going to drop in front of Yaz, just in front of him. And it's going to one-out single for the Guardians. Righty, lefty, first pitch on the way, right there, smacks the black. It's 0-1. Rocchio, the batter. Rocchio flew out to right his first time up. The 0-1, down and in, 1-1. So he's gone changeup, cutter. Martinez at first. 1-1 your score. Top of the fifth inning. The 1-1 inside. 2-1. On deck is Quan. One run, 3 hits, no errors for both teams. As the 2-1 flips it over to first and will do it back again. Two-1 count. Nowhere near the zone. Slider misses. Ball 3, 3-1. Stephen Kwan looming on deck, the top of the order. The 3-1 pitch. Runner goes. Here comes the throw down to second base, and they'll have that stolen with ease. Running on Drake Baldwin. It's kind of a difficult pitch to get the runner on. He got a great jump, and that was a bender down and in. Baldwin having to throw from his knees really never had a chance. The ball bounced away, but not too far. Realistically, Drake probably should have put that in his pocket, but he was trying to make a play. The payoff pitch, nowhere near the zone, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. And Bryce Elder has now walked his second batter of the day. And we're back to the top of the order, and this will be the third time through the order. And Jeremy Hefner is going to come out there to try to talk to him. Sleepy says that he thinks it's pink because it's next to blue. I mean, that might be the case. Here's the problem. It's always going to be next to blue. So it's always going to look pink. Any way you look at it. But I get what you're saying, but there was a jersey that somebody did not too long ago. I can't remember if it was baseball or football, but they realized after it was seen on television that it didn't look the way they thought it was going to look, and they went and reconstructed the whole thing by the next time they played. I want to say it was a football jersey that they reconstructed because they realized that the colors weren't showing up. I'm almost positive it was football because they had a week to do it. First pitch on the way is upstairs for a strike. Stephen Kwan, it's 0-1. First and second, 1 out. The 0-1 swing, slaps it to left field. That's down for a base hit, and the Yaz spits the bit. Fumbles the ball, and that'll be 2-1. That should be an error on the Yaz. They were not going to score on that play. They were holding up Martinez, and when he kicked the ball around like a buffoon, that's when they sent the runner. So I'm marking that down as a single and an error on the Yaz. Yep, you absolutely have to give that an error. Right now it would be an unearned run, but it depends on what happens the rest of the inning. So Kwan moves up to second, and now big time trouble. First pitch on the way to Chase DeLauder is swung on and chopped off his instep. It's 0-1. Second and third, 1 out, and the Braves unwisely are bringing the infield in. Getting a little greedy here. 0-1. To me, you play this back and stay out of the big inning. 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. You got Jose Ramirez on deck. I mean, that was ridiculous. The only thing I can think of what happened with the Yaz is he took his eye off the ball. He was trying to throw it before he had it in his hand. The 1-1, down and in, 2-1. That's a play that Major League outfielder makes a million times. And if he realized that they weren't sending the runner, that it never happens because he would have collected himself. But he thought, man, they are in on the grass. This is unbelievable. The 2-1 misses high, 3-1. So a full count, and because of this, I believe that's why Bryce is overthrowing. So Braves do have somebody warming up the pen. Oh, of course it is. It's Aaron Bummer. The 3-1 count misses, ball 4. So Elder has really gotten himself in a jam here. Bases loaded, 1 out. And you couldn't pick a worse player to be coming to the plate. It's Jose Ramirez. I think it's worse the fact that he is struggling batting 160 on the year. It means he's due. Meanwhile, good news in Gotham. The A's lead the Mets 1-0. And in Philadelphia, it is 5-4 Arizona. We'll pull the screen back so you can see everything going on. Tigers are beating the Marlins as well, which is, in theory, the big one because that's who we're tied with it for first place in the division right now. A little too early to be looking at the standings, but still fun to do. First pitch to Jose Ramirez. Swing, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. They are in double play depth now. Still kind of shallow for double play depth, to be honest with, especially with that guy at the plate. Manzardo on deck, and we know he is seeing Elder well. The 0-1 pitch. Swing! Fouls it away. It's 0-2. The way he's hitting Elder, you'd almost walk Manzardo with the bases loaded because the 2 balls he's clocked have gotten a damn near 900 feet. The 0-2 count. Brings it in the dirt, try to get him to chase the changeup down and in. Good block by the Drake to keep it from rolling to the backstop. Cleveland 2, Atlanta 1, top of the 5th inning. Braves took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd, then 1 run in the 4th by Cleveland, 1 run in the 5th, and that's where we stand. But the bases are juiced. There's only 1 out. At the middle of the order, the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Huge strikeout by Elder. And it looks like, let me double check this on the replay. No, he just snuck it by him. At first I thought it was a foul tip into the glove, but he just snuck it by him. I don't know what. It was almost like Ramirez wasn't ready. Like he just kind of flailed at it at the last second. Manzardo's coming, and that's going to be it. So, yeah, Weiss has seen enough. He's like, man, you are not pitching to that dude again. He's hitting the showers. We're hitting the break. We'll be back in a flash. Big spot here. Aaron Bummer, your favorite, coming in. Welcome back. Aaron Bummer on to face Manzardo. First pitch on the way is a sweeper off the plate. It's 1-0. Big spot here in the game. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Down and in. And 2-0. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Bases juiced. You got the right-hander on deck. The 2-0 pitch. Swing! Pops it up. Will it stay in play? Riley giving chase down foul territory. Going. Just going to bend out of play. Next to the tarps, about 2 or 3 rows back. So a 2-1 count. Man, that was close. I thought we were going to get out of that. No such luck. The 2-1 from Bummer. He looks back towards second. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. 2-2. So now we're a strike away from getting out of this mess. But the bases are loaded. 2 outs. Infield is playing back and to the right. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. Swing! Fouls it away. So a 2-2 count. Feeling like the game is on the line. The 2-2. Bases juice. Pitch on the way. Swing. Pops it up. Can of corn. Who wants it? Mauricio calls them all off. Dubon makes the catch, and Aaron Bummer saves the day. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR. 2-1. Braves trailed Cleveland.
Well, I did it. I woke up today. So, I think that's enough activity.
Here are some facts about Ireland that you may not know. Fact number 1. 10 million pints of Guinness are produced in Dublin every single day. Most of them are drank the same day. And we have lots and lots of different accents from Northern Ireland all the way down to Kerry. Ireland has 2 official languages. The English language we're speaking now, which is most commonly used, but also we have Gaeilge, which is our Irish native tongue, and not enough people speak it. I wish I knew more.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah! How can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
So Pete Rose, the leadoff batter for the Philadelphia Phillies, introduced to the crowd here today. And Pete Rose, a man who has been at bat more times than any player in the history of the major leagues.
That if he keeps breathing, he will break Ty Cobb's record.
And, of course, the big question this year is whether or not he'll be able to play every ball game. He wants to. The manager says he wants to rest him. He's missed only 80 games in his 20-year career. And Seaver's first pitch, ball 1. Seaver with 264 wins, 156 losses. One of a few pitchers who has won over 100 games more than he has lost.
Armchair.
Devlin got a job as a policeman in 1880. Died of consumption just 3 years later. His early death, said a Louisville newspaper, was an instructive example of the fruits of crookedness. The National League had survived its first scandal.
Two to 1 your score. Braves trailed Cleveland, but if you're just joining us, it could have been a lot worse. First pitch on the way from Slade Ciccone to Dominic Smith. He's fouled off for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1, 7, 8, 9 batters do up in this inning. It's on the way. Swing. Chops it into the first base dugout. It's 0-2. Dominic Smith, Michael Harris, and Dubon. If anybody gets on the top of the order with Acuna and Drake. Dominic Smith batting .320. Of course, he sits versus left-handers, but still a heck of an average against righties, the 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. So 1-2 count. Turns and fires. Swing. Slaps it towards left field. And coming in, making the, won't say that's a sliding catch. The falling catch out there is Martinez. F7 in your scorecard, 1 away. I don't know if he was struggling with the lights. I know that can be a thing out there, but he kind of stumbled to the ground, made the catch. Almost overran it. Must have thought that thing was going to tail away a little harder than it did. 1 up, 1 down. First pitch down and in to Michael Harris the second. It's 1-0. Slade Ciccone, 6'4", 219-pounder. He's out of Oviedo, Florida. The 1-0 fouls it away. 1-1. Played his college ball in Miami and was drafted by the Diamondbacks in 2020. 33rd overall pick. The first round this in the CBA pick. The 1-1. Chops a foul 1-2. So he would have been a pick for Arizona after someone signed a Diamondback away. That could have been, I'm thinking the way that lines up, that very well could have been the JD Martinez. The 1-2 in the dirt, kicks it away. 2-2. That might have been the year after, so it might have been someone else. But it's right in that area where JD Martinez would have gotten them a collective bargaining pick. 2-2 count to Harris. Pitch, swing, rolls it to second. That'll be a 4-3, and there's quickly 2 down. Two up, 2 down. 2-1 your score. And coming to the plate is Mauricio Dubon. Dubon flew out to right his first time up. Righty, first pitch. And he slaps it to short, and that's going to be an easy 6-3. And the Braves go down quietly once again. We go to the 6th. It's a 1-run game. Braves trail 2-1.
How did he treat you? Like, where is he going? In the garbage. Where does he belong? With me.
Did you know in Field of Dreams, the mysterious voice that speaks to Ray is listed in the closing credits as himself, and the actor behind the voice has never been revealed. A lot of names have been thrown around as the man behind the voice, like the star of the movie Kevin Costner, or the actor who plays Shoeless Joe Jackson, Ray Liotta. The author of the novel the movie is based on, W.P. Kinsella, has said that he was told the voice was Ed Harris, the famous actor and husband of Amy Madigan, the woman who plays Annie in the movie. But director Phil Alden Robinson has said that although he's heard a lot of names, none of them have ever been correct. Who was the man behind the voice that said the famous line, "If you build it, he will come"? The last shot in the movie where we see all the cars lined up trying to get to the field was all done practically. The production team worked with the town to get as many lights shut off as possible to get the required darkness. They also had about 2,000 cars participate in that traffic line. To be able to speak to all the extras at once, the director's instructions were actually broadcast through a local radio station. And one of those instructions was for the cars to flash their high beams on and off to make it seem like there was more movement than there actually was.
Funny story about me. If you're a jackass who parks halfway into the next parking spot because you don't want someone parking next to you, I have a tiny car. I'm gonna be the jackass that makes sure we both fit in the one spot.
Baseball has these absolutely unique sounds. The sounds of spring, of summer, drift out across the fields. You know, the sound of the ball against the bat is absolutely extraordinary. I don't know any American male that doesn't hear that in the springtime and get called back to some moment in the past or summer days in the past.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Welcome back. 2-1 Braves trail Cleveland. First pitch on the way to Rhys Hoskins, a slider. Down and away, it's 1-0. They had Dale Murphy throw out the first pitch tonight, the 1-0. Swing, check swing, in front of the home plate. Drake's got to hurry as it rolls down the third base line. He'll jump on it, fire it to first, and it's a 2-3 putout, one away. I think that's a cool idea considering these new jerseys are kind of inspired by that era of baseball. They're not quite the same, but they're close enough where you can see the resemblance. I still prefer the 80s ones. The blue on white with the white. With the white outline over the blue lettering. Slider, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. That's why I don't know if I'll ever get one of these City Connects even after the price drops, because I like the originals. The 0-1 swing fouls it down the line. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Oh, who the hell am I kidding? If they sold a turd with the Braves logo on it, I'm in. The 0-2 swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Phillies still trail the Diamondbacks 5-4. That game is 7th, I believe. The 0-2. Brings it. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Can of corn over to behind second base. Ozzie Albies has it, 2 down. It's 1-0 Athletics in New York against the Mets. So the good guys are winning out there in Philly and in New York, but they've only got a 1-run lead. I think it was JT Ginn on the mound tonight for the Athletics. That's really surprising that he pitched as well as he has. First pitch is right there on the outer edge from Tyler Kenley. It's 0-1. So far we've used Elder, obviously, then Bummer for 1/3 of an inning. And now Tyler Kenley is the 0-1 pitch. I think one thing that they have realized is the 0-1 right there for a strike. It's 0-2. And maybe it's something that, you know, numbers that they looked at over the last couple of years, but we've mentioned it a million times on here. Whenever Snicker would send Bummer back out for that second inning after he would come out of the bullpen for like an out or two, the 0-2 rolls it foul. He would always get thumped. And I never understood why, if a team that's so analytically driven didn't know, if I knew from my, you know, just the naked eye, that he always tends to get smacked around his second time through. The 0-2 pitch, lifted out to right field, and Acuna will make the catch, and it's an F9 your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves trail 2-1. Top of the order, due up when we return.
Can someone please tell me, at what age do men start scream sneezing?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. 1278. Wait, what happened? 1278. I ain't even ordered yet, big bro. 1278. Pull to the window. Well, let me get a double Western bacon cheese. Yes. A double Western bacon cheeseburger, extra barbecue sauce with 3 tenders, 2 ranch, and 2 barbecue sauces. Why'd you plan Trail Demetrius Jefferson? Well, damn, baby. How you know it's me? You only come to my drive-thru setting. You're at 2:55 p.m. And I can smell that cheap-ass Ross cologne. Hey, you good, baby. You need a raise. But, yeah, let me get that, chocolate shake. Yeah, let me get a chocolate shake. You know one of the chocolate shakes since you know everything? Yeah, let me add a chocolate shake. This window, stop playing with me. I just clocked in. And you lactose intolerant. 1278, pull up to this window. Hey, you good. You good, baby.
On the outside, with the tattoos and the piercings and wearing mostly black, I look like a badass. But on the inside, I'm having a panic attack in the Trader Joe's because there's too many people in one aisle.
Despite growing professionalism, the pure game survived in thousands of small towns all across the country. Sam Crawford, who would one day become one of the best outfielders in the game, first played on a traveling town team from Wahoo, Nebraska.
I remember when I made my first baseball trip, a bunch of us from around Wahoo made a trip overland in a wagon drawn by a team of horses. I think there were 11 or 12 of us. One of the boys was a cornet player, and when we'd come to a town, he'd whip out that cornet and sound off. People would all come out to see what was going on, and we'd announce that we were the Wahoo team and were ready for the ball game.
Welcome back. First pitch from Ron Acuna Jr. is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Bottom of the sixth, the 0-1. Now we got an umpire standing on the plate now. All right, back to where we were. 0-1 misses down and away, 1-1. 1-1 count. Curveball in the dirt. 2-1. The 2-1. Right there for a strike. Cutter on the inside. The 2-2 from Ciccone. Swing! That ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-llama ding-dong, a solo shot, and Ron Acuna Jr.
Bravo.
Ties it up. 2-2. He's overdue.
Bravo.
That was a hanging curveball.
Bravo.
It was deposited into the left field seats 411 feet later. 105 miles an hour off the bat, 411 happy feet, and your Braves have tied it up 2-2. I was about to tell you all something, but I figured that kind of overrid it, so I'll hold on to it for a second. The 1-0. Swing, laces it out to center field. That's down for a base hit. Drake!
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
The Drake is good. He slaps it out to center field. 2 runs, 5 hits, and an error for Atlanta. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Cleveland. They've got 2 earned runs on Elder, and that is absolutely false. But anyways, they'll fix that at the end of the game. First pitch down and in to Matt Olson with 1 on, nobody out. Infield back into the right. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Turns and fires. Down and in. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. I'd say one person that loves these new uniforms, Ron Acuna Jr. He's going to sleep in those bastards. The 2-0. The righty and lefty are warming up in the bullpen for Cleveland. The 2-0 count. Olsen digging in. Outside, wide, ball 3-0. Standing on deck is Austin Riley. The Yaz is in the hole. Braves have won across. A tie ball game, 2-2. Bottom of the sixth. The Drake standing at first. The 3-0 pitch. Swing! That ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. Over the chop house. It's 4-2. Your Atlanta Braves. Helter Skelter.
Plank Road Field. Smooth as it gets.
Ice House. Always smooth, never watered down.
We must win today. Losing is not an option.
Good God Almighty, that's witchcraft. I mean, that was a no doubter. Righty lefty, first pitch on righty right, first pitch on the way to Riley. Is out and away, four-seam fastball. It's 1-0. Third time through the order, Braves are really getting some good swings in here on Ciccone. You'd love to see him keep him in, but they do have the bullpen working. Is the 1-0 inside. Ball 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Brings it down and away. 3-0. I mean, he might be gassed. He's only at 83 pitches, but he's given up the 2 jacks. Has yet to get an out here in this inning. There's the 3-0. Swing! That ball's rifled into left field past a diving Rocchio, and it's a single with nobody out to keep the hit parade going here for your Atlanta Braves. The rake!
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Hard, hot shot. 111 miles an hour off the bat. Carl Willis, the pitching coach, is coming out there to talk to Slade. Trying to settle him down a little bit and probably just to buy some time as the Yaz is coming to the plate. Ozzie is on deck. Dominic Smith followed by Harris. So you got to figure they're probably trying to, I mean, in a perfect world here, you would have brought the left-hander in now, but since you don't have him ready, I would tend to think you're going to try to get Slade past Ozzie, because if you bring the left-hander against Ozzie, well, you're playing into the Braves' hand. Righty-lefty, first pitch to the Yaz is swung on. That ball is smacked over on the right-hand side. It goes off the glove of the first baseman. Manzardo dribbles to second, and it's going to be a 4-3 put-out. 1 down. On the play, Riley hustling. He'll be safe, and a runner in scoring position. But they are smacking him hard. And Ozzie comes to the plate, and that's it. So he's going to bring in, I think he's bringing in a right-hander, which that plays into the Braves' hands, because though you have Ozzie coming up, Dominic Smith, the left-hander, and Michael Harris as well, they are due up after that. There is a right-hander coming in. We'll be back in a flash.
You must have someone in your family that's a lawyer. Why, because I'm Jewish? It's like me saying, hey, you're Indian. Doesn't your cousin work in a call center? My cousin does work in a call center. And my cousin's a lawyer.
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Where's my tickets to the Sonics game? They were here just a second ago. Somebody stole my tickets to the Sonics game! This stinks! This is total BS! This is... Oh, got it. Got it. Hey, where the hell's my Lasorda tape? This is total...
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Hey, man. Mike's studying. I don't want to bother him.
Yeah, well, you get back in there and finish, man.
But see, in this house, people study when they're supposed to.
Good thing I'm not a member of this house.
Well, you heard of the extended family? Well, this weekend you part of one, which gives me the right to extend this belt to your behind if I feel like...
Every little town out there on the prairie had its own ball team and ball grounds, and we challenged them all. It wasn't easy to win those games. Each of those towns had its own umpire, so you really had to go some to win. We were gone 3 or 4 weeks. We'd take up a collection at the games, pass the hat, and that paid our expenses, or some of them anyway. One of the boys was the cook, but all he could cook was round steak. We'd drive along the country roads, and if we came to a stream, we'd go swimming. Came to an apple orchard, we'd fill up on apples. If we were near some fairgrounds, we'd slip in there. If we were near a barn, well, Sam Crawford, Wahoo, Nebraska.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is down and in to Ozzie Albies. They called that a ball. Looked like it might have clipped the zone. We'll take it. It's 1-0. New pitcher on for the Cleveland Guardians is Matt Festa. The 1-0 swing rifles it down the first base line. It's 1-1. Festa, 33-year-old right-hander, 6'1", 195-pounder, out of Brooklyn, New York. Played his college ball in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. The 1-1, high and out of the zone. Ball 2-1. The 2-1 count. It's not listed, but you would think he was related to David Fest, but maybe he's not. I thought I saw that he was one time. The 2-1 pitch swing. Sliced it over to the left side of the infield. Ramirez has it. He's got to fire it to first, his only play. It's a 5-3 putout, and Riley hustling on the play will make it down to third. And there's 2 down. Good heads-up base running by Riley there. There are 2 outs, but now any kind of a balk, an error, anything would get the run home. Righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's rifled towards right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run will score, and your Atlanta Braves lead it 5-2. A smoke shot over the first baseman's glove. Just like that. We put together 4 on the board here in this inning and have a 3-run lead. That's why I didn't understand when they had a lefty warming up in the pen why you would bring him in at that spot, because it seems like if you're going to bring a lefty in, you would have brought him in to face the Yaz. The first pitch swinging, that ball is cranked, yanked, and shanked over the fence, baby. It's a 2-run shot, Money Mike. How about that? Woo, baby!
You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle. It's all right. My name is Money Mike. All right then. Use your ass. This ain't for play. I don't do this for fun. Might want to shave. Might want to shave somebody else. Never know.
Holy cow! The bats have woken up here in Atlanta, GA, and the Braves lead it 7-2. Third home run for the Braves in this inning, and the sweeper off the plate is a swing and a miss to Dubon. It's 0-1. 6 runs across. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Acuna led us off with the solo shot, then a 2-run home run by Drake Baldwin. The 0-2. Oh-2 count, swing, fouls it away. The 0-2 pitch, swing, fouls that one away. So he's making them work here. Braves with 6 runs across, lead at 7-2. That one by Michael Harris was 425 happy feet. Acuna 411 and Matt Olson 441. The 0-2 pitch, swing, and that ball is drilled towards the right center field gap. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Left center field gap, excuse me. Hard hit, ball stays in the park. It bounces up against the wall, and it's a 2-out double for Mauricio Dubon.
Pardon me, would you have any...
But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
It is one of life's finer pleasures, having that guy as your backup infielder, utility man. Righty-righty matchup. Here comes Ron Acuna Jr. First pitch swinging, pops it up, and drifting out of play on the right field side. It's 0-1. Acuna has a chance to hit 2 home runs in 1 inning now after not hitting any the entire 2026 season. Now batting .231 as he is 2 for 3 on the day. Time is called. Acuna singled to center in the third and homered to lead off this inning here. Braves 7, Cleveland 2. The 0-1. Just outside. 1-1. The 1-1 count. Brings it. Bang, right there. P at the knees on the outer edge. It's 1-2. 1-2 to Acuna. Mauricio Dubon standing at second base. Festa, the wind up the pitch. Down and away, sweeper misses. 2-2. 2-2 count. Festa comes set. Kicks and fires. Swing! That ball is hammered towards left field, going back on the track, making the catch on the run. Out there in left field is Martinez. Acuna almost had extra bases there. We'll be back in a flash. 7-2. 6 on the board here in the 6th inning.
Oh, I'm Dean Martin. I'm trying to renew my license.
You mind if I call you Dino? You know, I watch your show on and off.
You do?
Sure, every time it's on, I turn it on.
Go ahead, ask me a few questions.
Do you drink when you drive?
Of course not.
Then I guess you don't drive very much. You need glasses?
Only when I drink.
You snitch on your coworkers for $1,000 a week?
Sherelle had Keisha clock her in 3 times early this week, and she wasn't even here because her baby daddy moved further out. Jerome be doing donuts on the forklift in the warehouse, and he never changed out the propane tanks. And Cindy and HR be doing powder.
What was the coolest rule that your parents gave you growing up?
My parents had this real cool rule. So basically, if I went to school and I got good grades, I stayed out of trouble, did my chores at home, didn't talk back. I mean, not that I would want to, because the last time I did, I got my head knocked between the washer and dryer and I had a hard time getting it out. But either way, do good in school, do good at home. They would give me an allowance. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. They allowed me to stay in the house.
Bro, Blake, play for the love of the game, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Money should not be a thing. Bro, I'm risking my life. It's not worth it. It's not.
You are so going to end up in porno.
In 1878, more than 8 million bats were sold in the United States. And players often rode to the ball field in painted carriages, singing team songs. Everybody had a team. At Orting, Washington, the Fats took on the Lean. Whalers, frozen in at Herschel Island above the Arctic Circle, played too, naming their teams the Hoodlums, Walruses, and Blubbers.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Dylan Lee coming on. Preserve the 7-2 lead. Strike right there to Martinez. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing blasted. High and deep into left field. And it's going to just run out of power. Little warning track power there for Martinez as the Yaz gets underneath it. F7 in your scorecard, 1 down. That was a towering out. Philadelphia is threatening in the bottom of the 8th. They trail 5-4. They do have a runner on. There are 2 outs. Rocky, the batter, takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing. Dribbles it over towards third, and Riley, handcuffed for a second, regains the grab, fires it to first, and it's 2 down. 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th is on the way. Stephen Kwan, the batter, the left-hander. First pitch. Bringing it. 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. Drake will lead us off in the bottom of the 7th, followed by Olsen and Riley. De Lauder stands on the deck here. The 0-1. Right there. It's 0-2. The Braves having a day off. Be interesting to see if they give their entire back of their bullpen, meaning Suarez and Iglesias, both a look, as the Guardians are going to challenge that, and it is a strike. So they, to my count, they're out of challenges, but they're still showing one on the electronic screen, so I don't know. The 0-2. Chase, swing and a miss. Strike 3. 85 off the plate, and that'll do it. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch, baby. Go give them puppies some cheese. Welcome back. 7-2 your score. First pitch on the way to the Drake is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Smacks the curveball. It's now Pallett in, the right-hander. 1-1. We saw him the other night in the Kansas City game. 1-0 count. Kicks and fires. Dribbles it over to second base. It'll be a 4-3 put out.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back.
Whoops. 1-1 count. Seven runs, 10 hits, 1 errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Cleveland. The curveball swung on and fouled straight back by Olsen. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 7-2. Bottom 7. The pitch on the way. Went with the 4-seam fastball, missed the plate. The 1-1. Swing! Fouls it straight back. 4-seam fastball. Challenging Olsen right there. Peyton Pallett, 24-year-old. 6'1", 190 out of Little Rock, Arkansas. 1-2. Down and in. 2-2. Think people from Little Rock love Reba McEntire, or do they just hate that song by now? The 2-2 count. Swing, slaps it towards the third base dugout. Will do it again. Braves in their City Connects. They may never wear another jersey after that 6th inning. The 2-2 in the dirt, full count. So a full count. Swing! Rattles it off his mask. Hope they get this thing cleaned up by tomorrow. This is ridiculous with the dude standing in the middle of the plate. Payoff pitch. We've tried to reset it on a different screen and nobody shows up. It's just a blank field. The payoff pitch. Pallett, his 11th of the inning. I mean, at some point, this should have been a pitch violation. The payoff, down and in, ball 4. So he'll head down to first, and Olsen works his way aboard one more time. He's 1 for 2, or 1 for 3 now with the walk and the home run, 2 RBIs. Austin Riley, 1 for 2 on the day. He's looking for his first chop of the year. And the pitch on the way is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Oh, there you go. No, it's spinning. The 1-0. Brings it. Upstairs for a strike. 1-1. One count. Throws the 4-seam fastball off the edge. 1-2. Or 2-1, excuse me. The 2-1 from Pallett to Riley. And that pitch is outside wide. 3-1. On deck is the Yaz. The 3-1. Brings it. Swing! Fouls it back. 4-seam fastball. 95 miles an hour. Full count. The payoff pitch. Swing. Lifts it. Pops it up into right field. F9 in your scorecard and 2 down. That'll bring Yastrzemski to the plate. Yastrzemski. First pitch. Out and away. It's 0-1. You just got players disappearing off this board. I'm going to try to reset it here on the next break. Hopefully we get good luck. The 0-1 outside wide. 1-1. 1-1 count. Turns and fires inside. 2-1. Braves 7, Cleveland 2. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Pops it back foul. Do it again. Yastrzemski 0 for 3 on the day. He's now below the Mendoza line, batting 195. He started off hot, but he has been not last week or so. His OPS is below 600 as well at 591. The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. On deck is Ozzie Albies. The 3-2. Inside, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. And Olsen to second. We've got runners at first and second and 2 outs. Try to reset this during this pitch break because what I saw, there was nobody throwing, nobody catching, and we're going to get a quick mound visit anyways. We had a couple guys on the field and the idiot catcher standing at home plate. I don't know if this will help at all. We'll try it one more time. Can't get any worse than what we just had. So here we go. First pitch on the way is a slider. Down and into Ozzie Albies, it's 1-0. Check swing up top. Taken all the way. Ball 2-0. 2 on, 2 out. The 2-0 pitch. Kicks and fires. 3-0, high and out of the zone. The 3-0. Ooh, well off the plate. Called for a strike. Ozzie's not challenging it, but man, that was ball 4. I mean, a terrible call by home plate umpire Dexter Kelly. The 3-1 right there for a strike, full count. You know, that's why when you know you have it, you got to challenge it. You cannot be so complacent as the payoff pitch. Swing, ball slapped up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit anyways, and the run will score, and it is 8-2 your Atlanta Braves. We'll have runners on the corners. Good RBI single by
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz.
The Wiz.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Yaz makes it over to third. And Dominic Smith is already 2 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. Comes to the plate, batting .333. Chance to knock him out of the box. First pitch to Dominic Smith is inside. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Runners at the corners. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 0-2. On deck is Michael Harris. In the hole, Mauricio Dubon. The 0-2. Brings it. Swing, slaps it to left field. Good piece of hit there by the Dominator. Slaps it into left, and it's an RBI single, and it's 9-2, your Atlanta Braves. Dominator picks up another RBI. Yaz comes home for another run, and 2 on the board here in the 7th. It is 9-2. Righty-lefty matchup, Michael Harris the batter. First pitch on the way, high and out of the zone. 4-seam fastball, it's 1-0. The 1-0, Colby Allard warming up in the pen. Kicks and fires. Right there on the outer edge, 1-1. On deck is Dubon, top of the order. with Acuna in the hole. The 1-1 pitch. Swing! A little late on that curveball. Lifts it into the top deck. Left field side. Fouling out of play. 1-2. The 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Upstairs just misses. Good eye by Michael. 2-2. The 2-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, but not before the Wiz and the Dominator knock a couple home. It's 9-2. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Radio Network.
$106 miles to Chicago. Got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody. Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
Salute. They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next. You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you'll probably see a double. I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Jose Suarez is swung on by Chase DeLauder. He smacks it into the corner, and it's a leadoff double for the Cleveland Guardians. Hard hit ball into the corner, second double of the season. And a hanger by Suarez, Jose that is. Gets Cleveland off to a good start in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch from Suarez to Jose Ramirez is for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing lifted. Out to center field. Going back on the track. Catching the ball at the wall is Michael Harris. Good job out there. Michael keeping that from ball hitting the ground. And it's an F8 in your scorecard. Circle that one, because if that one falls down, they might be into something here in this inning. 75% of this world is covered by water. The rest by Money Mike. Michael the Hawk Harris. First pitch swinging by Manzardo, who's already clocked one out of the building. It's 0-1. It's a final in Philadelphia. The Diamondbacks beat the Phillies 5-4 and over in Gotham. A's still lead the Mets 1-0. They're heading to the 9th. The 0-1. Suarez kicks and grips, turns and fires. Swing and a miss. bringing the four-seamer 95 miles an hour. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Jose Suarez looking back the runner at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. Pulled the string on that sucker. 2 down. Rhys Hoskins now the batter. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Batting .233 on the year, a .761 OPS. First pitch on the way. He's outside wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Four-seamer, 1-1. If you're just joining us, that nonsense has been going on with that catcher all day long. We've refired a couple of times. At this point, just got to leave it alone and hope it makes it to the end of the game. The 1-1 pitch. Swing, pops it back foul, 1-2. Basically, whoever designed this program, there are some bugs, and we haven't seen them much this year, but this was a common thing the first year or so, so it must be something that someone who's running it's not doing correctly. The 1-2. Down and in. 2-2. And it's on our other device as well, so it's whatever's not going down. We saw it in the Chicago game earlier today, too. 2-2 count. Brings it. Swing, rolls it foul. We'll do it again. The 2-2. And Suarez steps off the bump. 9-2 your score. The 2-2. Swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. The A's in the top of the ninth have just taken a 2-0 lead. And you know who got the RBI? Jeff McNeil. You know he's loving that. The Mets are essentially paying the Oakland or the Sacramento Athletics to have Jeff McNeil play for them. The 2-2 count. They traded him away when Simeon came over to the Mets in the offseason. The 2-2 in the dirt. Ball 3-2. Well, full count. If you're just joining us, this game was in question until the 6th inning. It was 1-0 Atlanta in the 3rd. Then Cleveland scored 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. They pulled Bryce Elder. Bummer got us out of a bases-loaded jam. And then 6 runs in the 6th and 2 in the 7th, and that's where we stand, 9-2. The payoff pitch. Swing. Chops it off his instep. We'll do it again. Full count. Brings it. Swing. Laces it over the head of Dubon, and that's down for a base hit. The runner will come around third, head home to score, and it's 9-3. Atlanta leads Cleveland here in the top of the 8th. So 9-3. And Brito coming to the plate. Lefty-righty, first pitch swinging. Chops it off his instep. It's 0-1. Juan Brito. He's 4 for 11 on the season. 24-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup. It's 0-2. It's a rookie. First time ever in the major league has been these 11 at-bats. The 0-2 in the dirt. 1-2. Shortstop by trade, but he's playing second while Rocchio's covering short with Gabriel Arias on the IL with a hamstring injury. The 1-2. Outside, high and wide, sinker misses, 93 miles an hour. It's 2-2. Two count. Good news in Detroit. The Tigers blanked the Marlins. 2-2 pitch, swing, chops it foul. So if these scores hold, the Braves will be all by their lonesome in first place for the first time in the 2026 season. The 2-2. Brings it. Swing, rolls it up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. A soft roller, but now 2 on, 2 out. And Hoskins moves to second. Station to station baseball with Fry coming on for Naylor. Expect to see Fry getting the starts the next couple of nights with 2 left-handers, Perez and Sale due up. This guy can hit left-handed pitching. I'm a little surprised that they didn't have a backup plan because this is a dangerous spot here. One swing could cut this lead in half, and Fry can do it. He is not a household name to most baseball fans, but he is a guy that can absolutely club the ball from the right side, especially versus left-handers. Martinez on deck, Rocchio in the hole. 2 on, 2 out. Suarez digs in the pitch. Slider misses out of the zone. It's 1-0. You would think that maybe Beto would be warming up the bullpen. I haven't seen any movement from the cameras. They haven't shared any of that as the 1-0. Misses high, ball 2, 2-0. Unless they get aggressive. If they get aggressive, you're talking about this would be where you would bring in Robert Suarez. You could meet him about halfway and go Pyomps at this part of the game. The 2-0. 3-0. Pitch nowhere near the zone. So a 3-0 count. Martinez on deck. Danger of walking the bases loaded, and he does on 4 pitches. Ball 4, and the bases are juiced. Game is far from over, y'all. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Jose Suarez is doing Jose Suarez things. They do have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. I think it's Pyomps. It's hard to tell. These New Jerseys, very light writing. Martinez is coming to the plate. Whoa, Nelly, hold the horses. The first pitch on the way. Right there. Bang. Change up at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. I mean, this is why Jose Suarez is a guy that's going to be expendable when they decide to make a move. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball, it's 0-2. When you see him pumping 94, 95 and blowing guys away and then pulling the string on the changeup, you think to yourself, how is this guy not better? And then you see it. He loses control quite often, can't find the zone, and works himself into problems. Control is always the name of this game. The 0-2 count. bases loaded. Martinez steps out of the box. He's 1 for 3 on the day with the run scored, batting .313. Dangerous spot here. Bases juiced. The 0-2 pitch. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone, 1-2. Four-seam fastball. Good job by the Drake getting that at the very top of his reach. The 1-2. Down and away. Change up. Ball 2, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Way high up outside, ball 3. That ball almost went to the backstop. If the Drake doesn't snare that backhanded, as it was zipping by him, that's going all the way to the backstop and a run's going to score. So a full count. The payoff pitch. Swing lifts it. High into center field, and that ball's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run will score. The throw comes back into the infield. 2 runs will score. And it's 9-5. They haven't put it on the board yet, but I believe 2 runs did score. It's at least 9-4. They might have held the runner. Okay, it's 9-4. My mistake. I thought they had sent him. So 9-4. I didn't see anyone standing on second base, so that's what was a little confusing. But they're going to finally go get Suarez, get him out of the game, but he has got the Braves in a jam. It is 9-5. Okay, they finally cleaned it up. That's what I thought. It didn't make any sense. Both the Braves and the Cleveland cast were spitting the bit on that one. 9-5. Cleveland is still alive. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR. Mac McGee
and we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio
is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
You can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help
Braves Country Radio.
And it feels so good. It's so easy. Just reach out now and start sending your love around the world.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
If you join our team, we really can bat 1,000.
Mac McGee.
Who's waiting for help. There's room on our team for you.
Welcome back. 9-5 your score. The tying run is now on the on-deck circle, as that was a 2-run RBI. I don't know what was going on. It's pretty common for one of the local casts to have screwed up the score, but they both did. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way from Joel Pyomps to Rocchio is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. If he doesn't get him out, top of the order is on deck. You've got yourself a real issue. The 0-1 pitch, high and out of the zone, 1-1. And it's mainly because with the new rules that were implemented a few years back, Piamps has to face 3 batters. And you'd be talking about facing Quan and De Lauder. The 1-1. Swing lifts it. High into center field. Drifting back at the warning track on the wall is Michael Harris the second. 75% of this world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. Braves lead at 9-5. Let's get some insurance.
Smoking, that's another one. Try to stop smoking. That's a beauty, huh? Well, with cigarettes, my wife and I, we made a deal, my wife and I. We only smoke after sex. I got the same pack now since 1975. What bothers me is my wife. She's up to 3 packs a day.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is swung on and hit high and deep down the right field line. Is it fair? Is it? It is gone, baby! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, zip-boo, bam, a 3-run shot by Eddie Rosario. That thing looked like it was curving foul. Eddie Rosario makes it 4-1 Atlanta.
Today we are talking about one of the worst offensive teams ever to win a World Series, the 1906 Chicago White Sox. The team owned the league's worst batting average and only hit 7 home runs the entire season. Only 3 of their everyday starters had a batting average over 250. Out of the 7 home runs they hit that season, Billy Sullivan and Fielder Jones accounted for more than half of them with 2 apiece. During a 3-week stretch in August, they went 19-0, while the other 3 teams ahead of them had a losing record during that same stretch. No one in the press dared pick the White Sox to beat the Cubs. Through the first 4 games of the World Series, the White Sox had 6 runs, 11 hits, and an embarrassing 0.97 batting average. Despite this, the series was still tied at 2. Game 5 would turn the series when the White Sox took advantage of an overflow crowd. Back then, when balls hopped over the roped-off crowd, they were considered doubles. The White Sox had 8 doubles in the game and won 8-6. In the last 2 games of the series, the White Sox would finally break through offensively with 16 runs and close out the biggest upset in World Series history.
Baseball is the very symbol, the outward and visible expression of the drive and push and rush and struggle of the raging, tearing, booming 19th century. Mark Twain.
Welcome back. As we start at the bottom of the 8th inning, first pitch on the way to Dubon is swung on and fouled back out of play. Colby Allard, the southpaw, on for Cleveland. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires, swing, slices it towards right center field, and that's going to get down into the Bermuda Triangle. And your Atlanta Braves got the leadoff runner on. Let's get some runs, Braves country. Good piece of hitting there by Dubon. Fighting it off and finding a hole there in right center.
Pardon me, would you have any? But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
First pitch, Acuna sees, he dribbles it back to the mound. It's going to be a comebacker, a 1-3 putout. But Acuna will get the runner over to second as Dubon hustling on the play. First pitch to Drake Baldwin is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. It was more of an excuse me swing by Acuna. We see this a lot from him. Like he starts to move the bat and then he decides the last second to pull back and he taps it. The 0-1 swing off his instep. It's 0-2. Acuna, if you're just joining us, hit his first home run of the year. He is 2 for 5 on the day. Hopefully that's signs of life. Phillies have lost. The Mets trail 4-0 in the 9th to the A's, and the 0-2 pitch. Swing! That ball is roasted down the right field line, and it'll rattle around like a pinball in the corner. It's going to be an RBI double for the Drake, and your Atlanta Braves have doubled them up. It's 10-5.
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
The Drake is good. Pitch on the inner track. They were shooting for the outside, and he laced it down the right field line. And coming home to score is Dubon. And now Matt Olson, who already has a home run to his name tonight, stands in. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball off the plate wide. It's 1-0. Another key to this is we're seeing Colby Allard here in this game. Game where they're trailing by 5 runs. This is the 1-0. Off the edge. 2-0. Which means you may see him one more time, but that's about it as far as he's concerned. They do have quite a few lefties to pick from in this bullpen, but Allard's one of the craftier veterans that they have to go to in late innings, the 2-0. Kicks and fires right there for a strike, 2-1. Tomorrow night we face Parker Messick. He is a left-hander, a good one. He's coming in with a .82 ERA. We'll have Martin Perez on the bump. That's a 7:15 first pitch. 2-1 right there on the outer edge, 2-2. The 2-2 count, 10-5 your score. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it. Out to left field, going back on the track, making the catch just before the warning track is Martinez for out number 2. F7 on your scorecard. Braves lead it 10-5. 3 defensive outs away from getting game 1 of this series. The only 2 teams in baseball who have not lost a series yet. Neither one of them have just incredible records. You expect a little more than 8-5 from both teams when you hear something like that. But the key is you're winning series. You're not losing ground. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. I do think this Braves team, especially when we get some of this pitching back we've been missing, they've got the ability with this offense to go on a run. And I'm talking about not all the time, but you know what I mean? Like, you can see this team as the 0-2 pitch swing. That ball's going to get laced in left field. Here comes the throw. Comes out of the hand of Martinez, and the Drake is going to score, and it's an RBI single for my boy Blue, the Rake.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Oh, baby! A lot of top spin on that one. Got out in front of Martinez. He was winding up to throw. I don't think he gets him anyway, so I doubt Martinez gets, well, he might get an error because Riley did advance up to second base. But that'll be an RBI single for Riley and then an E7 on the base. Pitch outside wide to the Yaz. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. I'm a little surprised you don't see Eli White here. Is the 1-0 right there for a strike, 1-1. And the only reason why I say that is to give Yaz a break from a left-hander. He's not hitting well, and Eli's great defensively anyways. The 1-1, swing and a miss, it's 1-2. They may decide to give Acuna the break in the outfield, so that could be the reason why. But there's a million ways you can go because you still have Farmer you can pull on for defense. The 1-2 count. Check swing. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put 2 on the board. It's 11-5.
You're my boy, Blue!
Back in a flash here on the BCO.
Blue, you're my boy!
Kidding? It's not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Now, who are you again?
Assistant to the traveling secretary.
You're the guy who put us in that Ramada in Milwaukee.
You want to talk about hotels? You want to win some ball games?
Hey, we won the World Series.
In 6 games.
And there's quickly 2 away. Just 7 pitches into the inning. Freddie Freeman comes to the plate. Here's the first pitch to Freddie Freeman. Hit high and deep in center field. It's going back. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! the Braves lead it 5-4. Freddie Freeman comes through in a big way. He takes Josh Hader deep. The Atlanta Braves lead it 5-4 on the bat of Freddie Freeman. The crowd is going bananas.
In 1882, owners of Midwestern clubs left out of the National League established a league of their own, the American Baseball Association. Its games cost just a quarter. Its teams played on Sundays, and its ballparks sold liquor. The new Beer and Whiskey League drew bigger, rowdier crowds. The stands filled with working men and immigrants, not the middle-class, native-born fans who followed the National League. It was baseball's heyday. Competition flourished, play improved, attendance skyrocketed, and huge wood and iron grandstands were built in all the big cities. The two leagues staged an end-of-the-season championship for fans who could not get enough baseball.
Welcome back. Osvaldo Bido, the right-hander, coming on. Warming up his final tosses. 1.50 ERA so far in 6 innings. Not too shabby. He was picked up off the waiver wire when the Yankees cut him just before opening day. So he'll come on and try to spell this final inning and save the back of the bullpen, which that's not nothing. I mean, if you can keep from using Suarez and Iglesias tonight. We talked about that on Braves Country today this morning as the first pitch on the way, misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. You get the abbreviated part if you're not a country club member when you hear the replay right before first pitch of game 1. But the long version talked about that if we could get this game in the books and not have to use the back of our bullpen, it would be huge. The 1-0 down and in, 2-0. Also was talking about Matt Olson. Felt like he was going to get one into the chop house, as he did, the 2-0. Inside ball 3-0. So a 3-0 count. But it's huge because if Bido can finish this game and we don't have to use our setup man and our closers, the 3-0, right there for a strike. Should have been a strike. And nobody challenged it? Or is he going to challenge it? Is he finally going to challenge it? He is going to challenge it. And looked like it hit the zone. Are they going to say that didn't hit the zone? Oh, man. By less than 1/10 of an inch, they're saying it missed? I don't know. If that's true, then where they have the box set up on the screen is in a poor location. Anyways, 1 on, nobody out. The Braves are out of challenges now. First pitch on the way to Chase Day Lauder is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. But if you can save that, because what we were talking about is that tomorrow you've got Martin Perez on the mound versus Messick. That is the one game where the starting pitching advantage goes to Cleveland as the pitch is down and in. So if that game were to get out of hand and you still had your two top guys ready to roll for Sunday night with Sale on the mound, you feel good about your chances of winning the series, the 1-1 right there at the knees, 1-2. So both teams are out of challenges now. 1-2 count. They did finally clean that up, by the way. I don't know when they took it off. Remember we were talking about it a few innings ago that they had not taken the challenge off from Cleveland. The 1-2 pitch swing hits it over to Olson. Olson fires it over to second. That's going to be a very quick 3-6-3 double play, and we're 1 out away from winning this sucker. That ball was smoked. It was on a bullet train heading to first, and it was a short hopper into Matt Olson's glove. He backhands it and then fires an absolute P to second. Great job by Dubon as well to relay it. It looks simple as hell, but I'm telling you right now, if any of us were out there, we would have been flailing at it and broken limbs. First pitch on the way to Ramirez, right there for a strike. It's 0-1. That's as smooth as it gets for a ball that was absolutely smoked. In fact, they're showing the replay on the Cleveland cast, and they flash up on the screen that Olson is a 3-time Gold Glover, and for good reason. You kind of figure he probably got screwed out of a couple. He's been in the league a while. He's only got 3. Come on now. The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. 1-2. So they're down to their last strike. Yeah, I don't know if Olson's my favorite player, but I don't like anybody more than Olson. I'll put it that way. The 1-2. Swing pops it up high in the sky, and it'll bend out of play. We'll do it again. I mean, I've got so many Braves players that I'm a big fan of. There's not really one that I dislike, because if you got a Braves jersey on, that's the end all that beats all to me. The 1-2 count. But Ozzie, I mean, I just love his personality, the 1-2. High and out of the zone, 2-2. And I love watching Michael play defense. It's so fun, especially when he robs one. The 2-2. Swing lifted. High and deep into center field, going back on the track, making the leap and catch at the wall. And like I said, 75% of this world is covered by water, the rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses.
Do you see what you get, loser? Loser! Loser! Do you see what you get when you mess with the Warrior?
11 to 5 your score, 11 runs, 15 hits and an error for Atlanta, 5 runs, 8 hits and an error for Cleveland. The win will go to Kinley. The loss will go to Ciccone. He'll fall to 0-2. Kinley 2-0. By the way, Kinley, how about he's got a 0.00 shiny ERA? And your Atlanta Braves will go into the National League East in first place. And just like that, all's well that ends well. Even Suarez get a pat on the back. Game ball. I think the game ball, man, it's so close between two guys. I've got it down to, let's give it to Dominic Smith. Olson is tempting because of the home run, as is Acuna, but Dominic Smith went 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. The man is now batting .357. Can we get him some more starts, and can we get him higher in the order? Good night, Irene. Get Yaz out of the 5 spot, and put Dominic Smith there when we've got a right-hander on the bottom. Y'all have a great one, Braves country. Braves win going away after trailing early, 11-5.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
hard. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.